What's up? This is K.Flay, and you are listening to Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
Thank you for tuning into Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct, and we are here at Vans Warped Tour 2014 in Chicago, Illinois, with the one and only K.Flay. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
How has your experience been on the road on Warped Tour so far?
It's been awesome. You know, this is my first Warped Tour, so everything's a bit new and a bit, I feel like a little... I've actually never watched the show Dora the Explorer, but I feel like her, whatever that means. And it's been really nice. It's been awesome.
Well, congratulations on your new first full-length,
yeah,
Life as a Dog.
You.
Saw you playing some new stuff live just now. How has the feedback been off the new album?
You know, it's been awesome. We crowdfunded the record through Pledge Music, so you know, kind of didn't know initially what to expect from that. I had some trepidation, but it was cool. You know, we got to 100% in like 5 days, and then reached just about 200% by the end of it, which was really cool. And you know, it was awesome to see. I feel like, you know, I've been on the road for pretty consistently for the last 3 years, and it was really cool to see people kind of responding to that kind of, you know, meaning something to people. And I feel like every venue that we hit and every city that we visit, try to spend time with people and really get to know people. And so it's been cool, and it seems like people like it. I don't know, but
Was this album always in your back pocket? Or were you always going to like make EPs for?
You know, I wasn't. I was signed to a major label for a couple of years, which is sort of why there wasn't a full length. You know, there was, and there's a variety of reasons for it, but there, you know, there's a lot of sort of more bureaucratic concerns and corporate concerns. Obviously, it's
politics.
You know, Sony is a very large corporation, and yeah, so it just was one of those situations where it was sort of like, oh, well, put out another EP or put out a mixtape or whatever, but we're not ready. There's not a single yet. Like, it's not going to work at radio. We don't know which direction to take it, and it was sort of, you know, we reached a bit of an impasse, and I think in a way, you know, it's like I harbor no animosity towards them. I think it wasn't a great fit. We've always been kind of, as the sort of K.Flay team has been a very DIY, self-propelled entity, and it's been really cool being independent. So I left the label in the fall, and the songs that I had written while I was on the label, I had to leave behind. So actually, this was totally not in my back pocket. This was an incredibly new kind of endeavor, but turned out, I think, you know, I'm really proud of the record, and I'm really proud of the way we put it out and the way we're kind of running things. So yeah, it's cool.
That's good. Super positive.
Yeah.
You came actually about 1.5 years ago to the Subterranean on your own tour.
Yes.
And then you were on tour with Iconopop.
Yes.
How was that experience?
It was great. You know, I had met them because I played a few shows for them on the West Coast in, I guess, the spring. And, you know, it's really cool. It's like they're really obviously talented people, but it's also kind of a girl power mentality. And I think, you know, that's a little bit implicit in what I'm doing as well. So
it was sponsored by the hair.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is, like, I didn't really. I'm not. You know, I like essentially roll out of bed every morning. I don't really do much. But on this tour, I use so much dry shampoo. So shout out to Bedhead. I mean, they didn't pay me to say that, but yeah.
Well, about an hour ago, I witnessed K.Flay on stage with Keith Buckley of Every Time I Die.
Yeah.
How did that happen? I mean, obviously you guys are on tour together, but...
Yeah, no, I think, you know, Warped is really kind of unique and cool in the sense that I think, you know, every artist and every band on this thing sort of has a similar kind of baseline mentality, which is one of community and supporting other artists and checking out bands and making friends, all this stuff. So, yeah, Keith, you know, I met Keith, he checked out a show and we kind of like became friends, and I I'm not super familiar with like heavier music in general, although I am becoming much more familiar.
Hardcore?
Yeah, which is really cool. And so, we just started kind of going to each other's sets and becoming friends. And, I think this is one of those, like, I always love when bands that I know collaborate in whatever capacity, whether it's recorded music, live music, even just some other strange endeavor. So it felt really natural, and it's just fun. I mean, like, he's an incredible lyricist, and I think an incredible frontman, and just kind of a creative force. So it's really cool to.
He's kind of like the Jim Morrison of metal.
That's that's a good way to say it. It's getting better all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you are in your hometown.
Yes.
Is there any specific hot spots? We're in one right now. But any
it's very
specific
hot.
like restaurants you like coming to when you're here?
Oh man,
you
you know what's
miss
crazy is I haven't lived here since I was 18.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. And my family doesn't live here anymore.
Okay.
So I don't come back a ton, and I don't eat beef anymore. However, that being said, my favorite hot dog spot is Irving's. Yeah, it's off Skokie. It's right by Eden's Plaza, off the 94.
Okay, I know where Eden's Plaza is.
Yeah. So go there. I used to when I was young, I used to get a double hot dog with extra pickles. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. It's actually a wonder I was like, have never been severely overweight because I ate like a lunatic as a child. Yeah.
Same here, and I don't gain it either. It's
Yeah.
just, I guess it's in our blood.
Yeah,
and I know you went to school out in Cali
Yeah.
for psychology.
Yes.
And what is your opinion when it comes to psychology with music? How do you put that in?
I mean, I think, obviously there's a lot of, crazy personalities in any working environment, but I think certainly when you're in a creative field, that people tend to kind of gravitate towards extremes. And I think overall, it's just really interesting kind of witnessing this entire world and the different ways in which people cope with the experience of creating something that for other people is novel, but for themselves is mundane. I think that's sort of,
That's a good way to
generally
put it.
speaking, interesting. It's the same for teachers. I have some friends who are teachers. It's like you may teach the same lesson 4 times a day, so for you it's a bit monotonous, but for them it's the one and only time they will ever be taught that information in that way.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Also, sorry, I keep getting distracted by the Trojan.
By the
song.
Trojan.
Every day it's there. I'm reminded,
Great spot. That's a
Well,
way to
I mean,
sponsor.
safe sex. That's a real thing. So
It is.
it should be a real thing. So have it.
One last final question
Yes.
I've been asking all the musicians here. If you had to compare K.Flay to a movie, what movie would it be and why?
Okay, maybe being John Malkovich, in the sense that there's like a level of introspection that's kind of maybe meta, semi-comedic, but also dark.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know.
That's a good one.
That's all I got for you.
That's a good one. That's fine.
All right.
Being John Malkovich it is. K.Flay, everybody, come check her out. This Warped Tour 2014. Listen to Wheeler's Weekend Jams every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on WindyCityUnderground.com. Y'all music, y'all station.
Stop.